So in we go then for the action once again, this time in the Ohvale 110 and Mini GP 110 for race 3. Cody Brennan on pole position alongside Leon Simpson, Seth Haywood alongside Cian Daly for the second row of the grid. Then it's William Dickinson and Rex Armand in the top 6, JJ Magister P7, Thomas Med going off P8. To round out the top 10, we've got the talented Dan Tanton alongside Carter Spinks, who'll be hoping to go further than he did in race 1. Jasper O'Neill-White and Sam Whittaker rounding out the top 12. And then we've got Matthew Jennings alongside Dylan Cook and Ella Mosgrove lining up on row 8 alongside Oscar McAllister. To finish off the field, we've got the talented Charlie Forrester, Caden Herring and CJ Maguire. We're off under starters orders in the third race of the weekend, and it's a cracking start from Leon Simpson, who gets in front of Cody Brennan off the line. Now, if you saw the first programme, you'll notice that Cody Brennan up at the front end of the field is there once again. He came off the bike, if you remember, on the first lap of race 1. So it's been an interesting battle all the way. In race 2, it was Leon Simpson who got the victory in front of Cian Daly and Cody Brennan. But you can see that Brennan is definitely back for more in race 3. He really wants to push for this, and he moves his way closer to the back of Leon Simpson. He really wants the victory. Look at him swarming around already. So Leon Simpson goes out of Stewart up towards St John's, and Cody Brennan looks motivated. This is where Brennan came off in race 1. Not going to happen in race 3. He was calculated in race 2 to get that podium finish. Now his confidence is brewing over. He wants a victory. There's a very tight battle going on between Daly and Haywood for third position as well. Cian Daly had better watch his back as through he comes. Seth Haywood right in behind him. But it's going to be really tight all the way through this race. I can tell we're in for an absolute stormer. Simpson, Brennan, Daly, Haywood, and in 5th position is JJ Manchester. He's made a fantastic start. He was P7 on the grid originally, I think, so to see him make up a couple of places in the early stages, full of confidence. Brennan going to go side by side with Simpson down the lakeside. Can he make his bid? No, he's going to have to fall in behind once again, as Haywood has to do likewise with Cian Daly. But this race really is going down to the wire, and Brennan wants the victory more than he's ever wanted it in his life. Time to go hunting for a big trophy now for Cody Brennan, all over the back of Leon Simpson. 2 wins out of 2 for Leon so far this weekend. He really wants to make it a hat-trick, but in the Ohvale 110 Cup, the man in 2nd place, Cody Brennan, is not going to leave anything to chance. He comes out of Iredale's, he's got a good run off the turn, and Leon Simpson has left the door open by accident. This is it for Cody Brennan. Slam dunk of a move, and Cody Brennan takes the lead here in Rowrah. Excellent work from Cody Brennan. He is not going to have the same lightning bolt strike him twice in the same weekend. After the misery of race 1, the determination of race 2, now he wants to win this race going away. And excellent work so far then for Cody Brennan as he takes the lead and already starts to put a little bit of a gap between himself and Leon Simpson. Daly is 3rd, Haywood is 4th. Cian Daly, by the way, has just set the fastest lap of the race. So Cian Daly will want his own little piece of the pie to try and get up the inside of Leon Simpson, and he'll have seen the move from Cody Brennan and thought, hang on, if Brennan can get ahead, maybe I can as well. So Brennan doing the business out in front. Leon Simpson's got to be careful. He doesn't want to run wide too many times at Iredale's today, because now that Brennan's been able to figure out how to get ahead, it won't take too long before Cian Daly and Seth Haywood unlock the secret code that gets them into 2nd and 3rd respectfully. So Leon Simpson is taking his time. Is that Seth Haywood up the inside? He really had to think about it. So it's time to hurry up for Cian Daly. He will want to get into 2nd place before he loses 3rd to Seth Haywood, who tries again. Haywood close in paddock bed, not close enough, but now Cian Daly has got the hurry up he needs, as now that he's got clear road in front of him, Cody Brennan has zipped in the fastest lap of the race, a 55.921. Take that, everybody else. Nobody else has been able to even break the 56-second mark so far. But Cian Daly is absolutely resolute. I'm not going to let Seth Haywood get ahead of me. I've got to get into 2nd place first. The same trick could happen here. Cian Daly trying the same move Cody Brennan did, but he hasn't got the throttle. So the man from Londonderry has to wait in 3rd position, because it's the Wakefield wonder behind him. Seth Haywood in 4th position, trying to get ahead. Here comes the move on the inside. He has to bail out again at St John's. Into Sunny. Great racecraft between these three men. Leon Simpson, Cian Daly, Seth Hayward as goodbye, boys. Out into the lead goes Cody Brennan. Right, Cian Daly's got a run on Simpson. He's not close enough yet. He can't get level into the chicane. That's where he had his best chance to make it happen, and he's had to bail. Looking back, there's still good battles. Manchester in B5, as we know. Then Herring. Then it is Whittaker ahead of William Dickinson and Dan Tanton. Thomas Med is next up. We've got a great battle to the line here. This is McAllister, Spinks and Rex Armand. And they're having a great duel over 11th position. Meanwhile, Caden Herring, there he is, the young man from East Anglia, trying to get himself back onto the tail of the top 5. It's pretty much a race of no man's land for Caden Herring if he's not too careful. Meanwhile, William Dickinson is putting Sam Whittaker under a lot of pressure. That's the duel for 7th position. So there could be a couple of changes for position yet, but this is still the run for second. Simpson ahead of Daly, who is ahead of Hayward. But Daly has got to get a move done here on Leon Simpson to try and decrease some of that pressure, because Seth Hayward is throwing everything bar the kitchen sink at the man in third place right now. What do they teach these riders in Londonderry about defence? You're about to find out, because Cian Daly has got to go on the offence and the defence simultaneously. This is not going to be easy. Seth Hayward has a look on the inside. So Cian Daly thinks, right, I've got to get level then, side by side with Leon Simpson. He's not quite level, but he's certainly thinking about getting closer, but he left the door open. Oh, he almost left the door open there for Seth Hayward. Just about shut it down in time. Still battles everywhere you look around the course. That was Mosgrove going through, then CJ Maguire. Charlie Forrester's having a good little duel with Matthew Jennings. And Jasper O'Neill-White is still in the mix. But the battle for second position raging here still. Cody Brennan, your leader, but it's still Simpson, Daly, Hayward who battle away over second place. And Cian Daly really is the playmaker in this battle. He's got to make his move on Simpson quick, because it might be the opportune moment from Seth Hayward that finishes this race and puts it to bed. So Caden Herring running well. That's Dickinson now into 7th place. He's got ahead of Whittaker. He's been threatening to take him on all race long, and he's got ahead. Dan Tanton is giving chase. Meanwhile, we've got a nice battle as JJ Magister has been caught by Caden Herring. So Magister has got to go into ultra defensive mode. Here comes Caden Herring off the turn, and he gives him a cheeky wave. Thank you very much, mate. I'll just storm by. Cheeky as you like from Caden Herring. So he gets through and up into 5th position. That'll do nicely, JJ. Tar, buddy. So still the race lead for that man, Cody Brennan. What a comeback this is after his fall in race 1 on the opening lap. He really has hit his prime form in the 3rd race of the weekend. Finished 3rd in race 2, out of sight of the cameras, unfortunately. Leon Simpson won that race ahead of Cian Daly and Cody Brennan. And there is Caden Herring. Look at him, he's got ahead of JJ Magister and he's pulling away. So P5 looking very comfortable indeed now for Caden Herring, who just storms away from JJ Magister. Full credit to Magister though. This has been, for my money, the best I've seen him ride in the British Minibikes paddock. A good run from him of an Ohvale 110. You've all got to learn at your own rates of development, and certainly this is the highest and most significant run so far from JJ Magister in Ohvale 110. He can be proud of this, and that's what it's all about in British Minibikes. It's building on what you've built. You've got to keep growing that empire. So some good races all the way to the back of the field as now Cody Brennan is getting in the traffic, but he's going into the last lap, so it shouldn't be too much of a deficit to him in the closing stages of this run. No blue flags, of course. So it's up to the race leaders, the faster bikes, to get off the racing line and find their way through the traffic. That's the skill you've got to use. Not just useful for Moto GP, of course, but also, of course, it is useful for the FIM endurance. So when they go to the Moto Le Mans 24 hours in the future, going through the traffic will be a useful tool to pick up. So for Cody Brennan, it's been a masterclass. He fell in race 1. He stormed back to the podium in race 2. In race 3, he has dominated. And look at this waft of bikes heading towards us. This is the shuffle of the deck for 3rd position. It's for 2nd position, my apologies. It's going to be tight to the line, but it is going to be a victory for Cody Brennan. What a way to bounce back in style He takes the win. Second is going to be Simpson. Third is going to be Hayward. Hayward has got Cian Daly on the final lap in the melee of the traffic. That is how useful picking up those moves can be in the closing stages. So Cody Brennan takes the win from Leon Simpson, Seth Hayward and Cian Daly. Caden Herring picks up 5th off JJ Manchester. William Dickinson beats Dan Tanton and Sam Whittaker to the punch. And Oscar McAllister comes through for a top 10 finish. Thomas Med gets the win in Mini GP 110 ahead of Carlos Spinks, Rex Armand and Dylan Cook.